Hi everyone, Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. I hope you had some fun searching for things that were shorter and longer than your index finger. I hope you had fun searching and looking and comparing. Today we're going to continue to compare and order lengths, but I want to start by reading you this book, and this book is called Length. I'm going to read some of the pages for you from here. Length by Henry Pluckrose, and it was published by Children's Press in Chicago. Okay. How long is the string in this ball? I'm going to say that it's probably pretty long, but we would have to untwist, or just unroll, really is the better word to use. Unroll that ball of yarn to see how long it is. But I'm going to say it's probably pretty long, right? Probably not short, but probably long. How long is this truck? Sometimes we need to measure things to find out exactly how long they are. We use the word length to describe the measurement of something from one end to the other. We talk about the length of a swimming pool. Look at the length of this swimming pool here. Could we also talk about the length of a football field, maybe? Or the length of a racetrack? Like right here, the length of a race, depending on how long that racetrack is. The length of a highway. So if you're on a highway and it's a long highway. Or length of fabric. Some of you might have parents, grandparents that like to sew. And so when they go and buy fabric, they ask for a specific length of fabric depending on what they're going to use it for. You can measure the length of a table by counting in hand spans. So you could use your hands to measure how long something is, but people's hands are not all the same size. So my hand is much bigger than your hand. If I use my hand to measure this book, if I start remembering from one end to the other, now if I were to measure this is one, and then I put my other hand, this might be a little bit over one hand. Here's one. See, I start right here where my hand starts, and I put it at the end of the book, and then I'm going to do another hand, so then I'm going to start right here with another. This might be 2 hands long, but I would have to say it's 2 of Miss Castillo's hands long, because your hands are going to be smaller, so yours might be 3, where mine might be only 2. See? You could measure the length of the lawn by counting in paces. Could you do that? Count with using your feet? But what happens? People's paces are not all the same size, right? Not everyone's hands are the same size as my feet. Your pace is smaller than mine, or maybe. It's important to be able to measure, guys, because, for example, architects who plan detailed plans for builders to use when they're building buildings. So this is an example of an architect right here who's using measurements. And although we're not going to speak specifically about standard measurements where they use inches and feet, those types of lengths measurements, we're only talking about right now, we're comparing and ordering the length using the words longer and shorter. So I hope that you enjoyed the video from yesterday, and I hope you enjoyed this activity. I want you to get outside if you can, or you can just do a hunt a hut inside your house. And what I want you to do is I want you to find some items around your home or outside in your backyard, if it's okay, if mom and dad say it's okay, they can take you out. And then I want you to sort them, okay? But I want you to sort them from shortest to longest, okay? So you see here, Miss Castillo found some sticks outside, and I put them from shortest to longest. Now, the important thing to know is if you notice, I made sure that all of my sticks started at the same spot. So I lined them up. So if you look here, for the most part, I lined these up to start in the same spots, like right here. That's not very straight. Let me try that again, but I'm going to try it with a line. That might work better. See, I kind of started pretty much at the same spot, didn't I? I didn't start one way up here and one down here. And if you look here at my paintbrush, the same thing. I started at the same spots for the most part. Okay. I have to move this a little over here. Okay. So you want to make sure that you start them all touching the same side. So they're all, you don't want one moved over. So for example, if I'm going to measure, I'm going to take this. If I'm going to measure this marker and the pencil, when I lay them out, I'm just going to line them up with the edge of this book. See here? Let me try this so it might be easier to see this with the blue part. Okay? But in this, when I'm measuring, do I want to put it way over here? I don't, right? I want to make sure they're lined up correctly. Okay? So that I'm measuring correctly. So line them up all correctly, but I want you to line them up from shortest to longest. Then take a picture. If you want to send me one picture, that's great. If you want to send me 2 pictures, that's great. 3 pictures, that's great. You can find things just laying around your house. Like I have a pencil here. I have a hairpin here. I have a strip of paper here. I can take different objects. They don't have to be the same. Like I have all sticks here and I have all paintbrushes. You could take different objects, but what I want you to do with these things is I want you to put them from shortest to longest. Okay, so that's the key thing, that they're from shortest to longest. Okay, and make sure you line them up. For example, this strip of paper and this hairpin, I don't want to start the hairpin down here. I want to line them up so they all start the same. Can you see that there? Okay. Same thing with this pencil. I don't want to start this pencil here or the paper here. I want to line them up so that they'll both start the same way before I sort them from shortest to longest. If you have any questions on how to do this, feel free to reach out to me. Go back and watch the shorter or longer video for me again before you start this activity. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out and I'll be here to help you. Thanks. Have a great day.